Louisiana Beer Reviews Founders KBS, the amazing Cosmicki's KBS Chocolate Espresso Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. Part of the barrel aged series. This is coming in at 12% alcohol, 45 bitterness units. It's made with oats, and they also have chocolate malted barley. They call it chocolate malt, and third one I can't remember. Imperial Stout with chocolate and coffee aged in bourbon barrels. So they got the two flavorings. They use Nugget and Willamette hops. See what they say? Oaks. They spelled it wrong. They said oaks, but they meant oats. Chocolate malt. I'm going to list it below. I'm just going to put it down there. You can read, and I always put the links to the beer sites if they have a link. Some beers aren't listed. Bottled May 30th, 2024. This was introduced in 2024. Don't know whose bourbon barrels. Couldn't find out. Bought this at Total Wine & More in Metairie, Louisiana. It was $6.99 for the bottle. We did a dual review at my friend David's house, and we liked it a lot, of course. I like to do the solo reviews, though, because I can concentrate on it a little bit better. Yeah, and plus I'm not doing one beer after the other. And, if he comes over here, if I go to his house, it's like we'll do one beer and then another, and things get a little off track, we could say. All right, nice smoke, but there's only way to do it. Over 20 miles separated. Over 20 miles to drive there or here, so. Okay, creamy beige head and a very dark brown appearance. There aren't many video reviews for this beer. There's videos for KBS Espresso, which was on the market years ago, and I had it. But this new chocolate espresso, I didn't find much video action. The ratings, Beer Advocate, they're saying 93 out of 100, outstanding, but there's only 17 check-ins. Rate Beer doesn't have enough check-ins to even have an average, all right? And Untapped has over 1,000 reviews, check-ins, not that many, over 1,000. Usually they about 10, 20, 30,000. Over 1,000, and they're scoring it an 84, which would be like a 94 on Beer Advocate, so they're close to each other. Okay, so barrel age. Like I say, bourbon barrel, but I don't know who it is. Zachariah Harris. Is it them, or is it Barry O. Barton? Is it Stedman Selects? Could be an endless choice. Dark malt, you get the bourbon, the liquor aroma, liquor barrel. Bourbon barrel, chocolate, coffee, yeah, all right. Now, my friend David was getting defensive when I said, let's see if it says flavor of malt beverage. And he was like, oh, here we go. Like I'm trying to put down the beer that he paid a lot for. I wasn't trying to put it down because I just noticed the last few years, these beers have been saying on the side, malt beverage with natural flavors. Or in some cases, like the KBS Mackinac Fudge, it said malt beverage with natural and artificial flavors. But this one just says stout with coffee and chocolate. Actual coffee and chocolate added, not, a natural flavoring usually comes from like extracts or syrups or just things like that. There's companies that sell these natural flavorings, and breweries and distilleries can buy them in bulk and use them. And I'm not speaking out against that practice. I'm just talking about what the reality is. All right, taste. So who's chocolate? We don't know. Who's coffee? We don't know. Maybe it's Cafe Bustelo. Bustelo. Maybe it's Lindemann's chocolate. Ooh. Sweetness, 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness. Yeah, it's there. Is it from the hops, the Nugget and Willamette, or is it from just the bitter baker's chocolate, which it could be. I don't know. I'd say 3 out of 5 hop cones. Now, over the months, the coffee might fade, so maybe on June 1st, could have been a stronger coffee flavor. Then by July 1st, it began to fade. At August 1st, faded more. I don't know that. I can only buy what Total Wine and More has got on the shelf. I can't buy it anywhere else. Nobody else is selling this. So $6.99. Sometimes they'll mark up their singles a little bit. They're not too bad about that. So you figure it's still going to probably be, it's probably $25.99 for a 4-pack. And they had that worldwide stout. But it was like $40, $39.99 for a 4-pack. And I was like, nah. I don't need to taste strong beer that bad. Some of those things, they're good, but they're so strong, it just gets to be unbearable. And I could buy a nice bourbon for that. Or, a decent one. Or, I can get Eagle Rare for $30 at the Sazerac house. Oh, velvety mouthfeel. High. I was saying heavy bodied at his house, but like I say, with clearer thinking now, I think it's more like high medium and a semi-sweet finish. It's probably like 51% sweet, 49% dry, so it's not overly sweet at all. Just a little over the edge sweet, to become majority sweet. Recommended? Heck yeah. Now, is it worth the $6.99? Yeah, it is, because you get to try an extraordinary product. I paid the same price for those St. Arnold pumpkin stouts. Those Imperial ones. They have the cognac barrel, the rye barrel, what one was I think a sherry barrel, a sherry cask. I get the bombers, 22-ounce bombers of Pumpkinator from St. Arnold. Those are $7.99, 22 ounces. Or I can trade off and get the 12 ounces, and they're $6.99, and they're really fabulous. Not always, but typically. And then you can go full force and get the KBS around right after Thanksgiving, and you'll get a 16.9 ounce bottle, and those will run. I've still been able to find them for $12.99, different stores. But some of them will be up at $20.99 to specialties. They're at 15%. On the low end, sometimes be down to 13.9. Here are sirens again. Usually it's a wreck. Too many major interstate and national highway junctions here. People don't pay attention, or they try to run, run the yellow light, then it's a red, and they get hit. But anyway, so yeah, the Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout. Those are they're at the top of what I'm talking about. And same ABV as Four Loko, except 1,000 times better, I don't even want to. I shouldn't even mention Four Loko, but I'm just thinking of some. I'm thinking of some regular beer that's available year round. That's at 14. Used to be 14, but they dropped it to 13.9 across the board, except some are 12. I think they did that because some states like Georgia, you can't sell a beer if it's at 14 or above. So 13.9 compared to 14, not much difference. So they just went to 13.9 everywhere. And then in Mississippi, I believe they're 10. Can't go above 10% in Mississippi. But this is great. I think 93 is too low. I think more like a 98 is a better score. 98 out of 100. I literally don't remember what I scored it at his house because, like I said, we're doing one after the other, and we did some heavy hitters that day. We didn't even bother doing liquor after it. Nobody even brought that up because we were like, both knew that wasn't a good idea. But of course, we're sharing the bottles and cans, so that helps a lot. You know, we did 4 reviews, but you really only drank 2 beers, so that's not so bad. But I'm gonna go with 98 out of 100, 9.8 out of 10. It's not up to the 100 out of 100 that I gave for Mackinac Fudge. That was just off the chain good. But this is close. So 9.8 out of 10. A most 9.8 out of 10. An outstanding beer. My most excellent is a 93 to 97. Outstanding is a 98 to 100. Above 100 is world class, which basically you can't get those. They don't exist except in some very isolated occasions. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Michigan and tour the Founders Brewery.